So hopefully there is some experience there for Ronaldo. He definitely knows that he's in for a tough matchup, especially with Scarlet running the Ignite, as Akshan mid players often do. Means he's going to be under a lot of kill threat in this early laning phase, and hopefully Kareem will be able to show up and alleviate some of that pressure once he hits that level 2 mark. Sometimes we see Trundles literally just show up level 2, they level the pillar, get the flash, it's like, all right, my job here is done, and then just walk away.
Yeah, sometimes they do it just to get the flash off you and force you just to play a lot safer, give up some CS, can't take aggressive trades, so on and so forth. So we'll see what the plan is here for Kareem KT. Typically see him a lot on the Lee Sins, likes to get active, and we'll see if he's going to be able to at least do that here for us off the bat. We'll both be solo starts here for the junglers, starting on opposite sides of the map. And it almost feels like Kyo's like pretending that he's leashing, but he's going to come in a little late here, maybe try to get some damage down as he jumps towards the minions. We're seeing it on the mini-map, but already some early trading, at least on our screen here, going between Scarlet and Ronaldo. And there it is, just as I talked about it, Kyo's going to be able to start going for aggressive trading. This could opt in for some different pathing here right away for the junglers.
Right, and you already have the, that was actually a bit of an interesting path we saw Kareem take there. I think he was potentially looking for the level 2, kind of like what I was alluding to, but after Kyo decides to back right off, maybe he calls off the play here. But I like it, Kyo being aggressive. This is what we wanted to see from him, especially in this matchup where Irelia, levels 1 to 3. I don't know if there's anyone like her at the moment here, so taking advantage of that is a big deal. And Kareem could have that opportunity, man, if that lands.
That lands, yeah, a lot of damage is certainly following. It does look like a level 3 setup potentially here for Kareem KT. He has just done his Dread into blue into Gromp, which means that he will be level 3. And Kyo is going to intelligently get a ward down, knowing, hey, I'm half health. Jungler very well could be pathing to the top side, but instead, looks like Kareem's going to path right back down to bot. Yeah,
so interesting pathing there. I think leaving a bit of options available for where he wants to path based on how early trading is going. And wow, Kyo!
No, Chachi with the flash, with the spacing. Kyo gets a little too thirsty.
Oh, man, he almost had it, and the wave is pushing away from him as well. Luckily, his jungler will be pathing towards him. Still, though, Kyo, a little over-aggressive here. I think that's 2 times in a row we've seen very early trades, flashes blown, attempts made to make things happen here. And Kyo, unfortunately, is going to lose out on a bit of gold and XP just because of where the wave is as a result.
No.
And now, because of this position, look who's on his way up.
He's got a ward, but it's the fact that the wave can be frozen here, and Kyo's just got to suffer the consequences of going for the greedy play. And yeah, as soon as he walks up, if he does, Kareem is getting behind him, and well, here we go. Not looking like a good game here for Kyo. Joko's not here and might be able to maybe path himself away, but the problem here is the XP, and even then he gets chunked out pretty hard here. So he's able to survive, but he's not coming back to that wave anytime soon.
Yeah, and that's the big problem there. The freeze is pretty much in place. Actually, it might be able to just get under the tower, but either way, it's going to be a while before it gets to Kyo's side of the map, and look what's going on here. Joko is saying, look, buddy, I know you're in a tough spot. I know you're not happy right now, but I got to take his Raptors. I need those chicken nuggies, so I just need you to deal with it for a little bit now. I'm trying to get some of this early farm is going to be a big deal. We saw Yike on this Volibear not so much go for the early ganks levels 1 to 4, is just focused on farming towards that level 6, and getting the farm lead on Kareem to be able to do so, I think, is going to be one of their ways Joko will be able to have early impact on this game. He's known for doing so on this team, especially with his ability to link up with Steelback and affect every part of the map. That's what I'm looking to see here.
Things have calmed down in the mid lane a tad bit. Scarlet's going to be able to get this wave shoved in.
Oh my god, it's still frozen.
Recall. And what the caster minions, this one should bounce back to him here, so he should be able to get a lot of the XP, but the problem is he is level 5 to level 3, so I think he lost like a full level, if not 3/4 of a level of experience in a lane that is only going to get harder with the GP that is scaling, gets better with levels, and it all comes back just to the greedy play here from Kyo, thinking he had the solo kill angle. So it really does hurt him, punish him, but now Joko's coming up saying, all right, let's see if we can make a play here. No flash of Chachi, but it's going to be matched here from Kareem. It's a big wave as well, and
look who's here.
Kyo will be able to dance
just
away.
Thing.
Might be able to get out with his life, and he does. So good movement there from Kyo, able to survive, but still feeling the pressure, and he's going to lose now all of these minions.
Yeah, really good answer from Kareem. The counter gank comes so big, and it's like you say, the XP loss on Kyo is just astronomical. You're looking at probably 2 levels now as Joko is doing his best to try and hold this wave. No teleport for this Irelia. He's going to have to just walk there way back. And I was going to get into a whole point about how with Hullbreaker being a thing still on this patch and Keo being able to make full use of it on this Irelia, well, let's just say that very impactful spike is going to take a little longer than expected.
I mean, who had it worse, Aggressivu or Keo? That's the question. Yeah, he had it worse?
He had it worse. Yeah, no, that...
Because he was level 6 to level 4, too.
That's true. No, he was 3 levels down.
Was he 3?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Because remember, he got dived twice at level 2, no TP. He lost like waves and waves of XP. But I did promise Aggressivu on Twitter that I would not talk about that game anymore.
Yeah, I brought it up. So
yeah, you brought it up,
right.
so
that one's
forgive
on
me, okay?
That's right.
You heard him, he admitted it.
That one's on me.
Okay.
Either way, Vichachachi now has everything going for him. Again, level 4 here for Keo. There's a lot of kill threat. He has the cannon barrage, so he can even still impact other parts of the map right now.
Yeah.
So a really good position to be in here for GamersOrigin. Still just holding on to a slight lead, but a lot of that, of course, in the top side for us. Now, we also have a dragon that has been alive and active here. It's an Infernal, so might end up drawing some attention as Joko is level 6. He's about to say hello to Kareem. He has the smite, and he has a level on him, so that means that he is going to be able to potentially steal this away. He's got the help from Scarlet, so at least they're able to punish back onto the jungler here of Geo.
And I like it from the side of Solary, just because of the fact that you do have priority in this mid lane, use it. Have Scarlet move around the map, have him move up with the jungle so you can start taking camps, continue to push this XP lead. So if we take a look at farm now, Joko is up a handful of camps here because he's been just focusing on a lot of this farm, and in doing so, oh my god.
Oh my goodness. All right, Keo is going to be in a bit of trouble. Might just have to back after he farms this wave, but he is able to at least get the majority of it. Nice little stun there, flawless duet, and he'll be back to about half HP. So he is doing his best to try to sustain, try to survive, but he's also got to be very wary of, is someone coming up here to gank me? Am I getting dove? You have to constantly think about this now as you're just in such a disadvantage.
Yeah, bright side is you did get the info that Kareem was bought after his red buff was stolen away, so you at the very least know you have some time to be able to farm things up, and that level 6 will be a pretty decent turning point here. I don't think Keo is going to be able to win that 1v1 yet because of itemization, but the fact is now you got to think a little bit more when you dive at this Irelia, and now that's why you see Keo still staying in lane. He has the TP up soon as well, so once he hits 6 and gets a good chunk of farm, he can actually look for that recall and just TP back to lane here, especially with Solary wanting to make a play for this Rift Herald.
Well, with the top lane discrepancy, I mean, Joko certainly made up for it, right? Like, he is 2 levels up, probably about a full level. Kareem should be able to do Gromp there, and I think hit his level 6, I have to imagine. But now Joko is going to be forced off of this Rift, and Steelback is maybe going to come over and see if they can try to assist to secure the objective. So it does fully reset, but now that you have the extra member here, we'll see if they're going to be able to secure it.
Yeah, that's the thing with Enchanter supports. You're really good in lane in most matchups, but with this situation, Rakan is just going to have more impact in terms of these fights. Even without level 6, they're looking.
That's the flash. A lot of damage. Kareem is down. Beautiful collapse here. Solary will unfortunately have the Rift Herald reset once again, but they should be able to move back over to it, pending what Ronaldo's able to do. Vichachachi's also maybe cutting off the path out, but will not stick around. Is not going to be able to stay there. Now it's just N-Wave kind of battling with the Pokas. I think Solary are going to have to give this one up and walk it out.
Yeah, they're okay to back it up, but now Steelback can just be there, assist the wave shove coming through from Keo, who has teleport. So even though I'm not going to say Keo's back necessarily, but the game is saved. That's what I'm going to go ahead and say. As long as he gets this recall off, okay, well that is a little more brutal. As especially now you see Vichachachi again, just continuing to hold this wave there. He's just punishing the hell out of Keo.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is what you need to do, and it's why they always talk about, you know, top lane is the most punishing lane when you have a misplay like this, right? Because your entire team has to come up to try to protect you. Steelback knows, listen, I don't think you're going to walk up to me unless you got a couple members behind you, and I got the vision to know that there's a couple members behind you, so will not be able to find any kind of a grand entrance angle. However, Joko's going to start with the Rift Herald here for the 3rd time and might finally be able to get it.
I mean, he's got Bomby Cinder, he's got another Cloth Armor too, with this mostly AD top side of the map. I think they're feeling pretty confident about it, so much so they even got Aza on the top side to make sure the 3rd time is the charm with this Rift Herald that Solary are going for. And this is perfect because Joko, we talked about dive threat on top of Aza with that killer instinct on somebody like the Kaisa, means that whoever ends up getting dove, most likely bot lane, is going to be under a lot of threat here, because the nice thing about these double range bot lanes is they're nice at range. When they say, hey, you stay over there, I'm going to keep throwing crap at you. But as soon as you close the distance, as soon as you get on top of them, they don't like that.
No, they do not. And no trade ended up coming through whatsoever. It feels like Geo. Actually, I think both of these teams have like 2 of the highest Rift Herald takes in the league. I know Solary has the most, and I want to say Geo is up there as well. So I feel like that was the reason why we saw 3 different resets on it.
Yeah.
However, it does mean that it could be 2 neutral objectives over to Solary. Unless Geo has something to say about this dragon. The wave is shoved in here, so that means that Scarlet's able to move first. He'll be in the river, but Smiley's able to do it basically the exact same here in the bot side. So both teams now positioned around the first dragon of the game. It is an Infernal. Both would love to have it. And it looks like Geo's going to get control of the river and start it up here potentially.
Yeah, because of that bot prio, Solary do not get to have their cake and eat it too. They will go 1 for 1. In terms of neutral objectives, as long as, okay, yeah, they are going to go ahead and finish it up. You know, Aza is there under turret farming these waves. You have good deep vision in there just to get the information to make sure no one tries sneaking up on you. So instead, what does that mean? All right, we're going to run a top side. Guess what, Vizichachi, you've been bullying our top laner? Well, let's see about that one, eh? They got Rift Herald, they have Scarlet on the move, and already Chachi's like, all right, nice
like,
job.
all right, yeah, the gig's up. They're coming for me, and he has flash, so I think he's going to be fine. Joko not going to go for any kind of an engage and does have the Rift Herald if he wants to use it. I don't know if they want to funnel gold into Keo in particular, and I don't think that's going to be the play. So we'll hold on to it a little bit longer. Bot lane, however, Aza is going to just have to try to survive here for the time being. Steelback has made his way back over here, and things have been pretty calm down on the bot side. Both AD carries farming up fairly well, just some trading back and forth here and some roams between the supports. But other than that, it's a typical Solary game where they want a slow start. They want to make sure they're heading into the mid and the late game. Typically even, if not maybe just slightly ahead, have some of these resources available, like the Rift Herald, like maybe getting some of these future dragons here for themselves. So I would say that right now, at least with how Solary typically plays, beats down, they are fairly happy.
Agreed, and I think once we get out of the laning phase, both these teams definitely have a lot of late game power, potential, team fight, and everything like that. Still going to be very important for these lane assignments, and that's what happens when you play with these split pushers. Are you supporting them, especially when you have these potential hyper carry champs like the Gangplank, like the Irelia, where you can have that big impact that you're potentially looking for here. And speaking of laning phase, we're looking like we're about to end that here and now as Scarlet is going to get that Rift Herald drop from Joko. It's going to be able to just continue taking these turret plates. Might not be able to get the whole thing down, but that is a lot of gold in this mid laner who is already a good amount ahead here.
Yeah, Scarlet just cashed out. And that is going to be a tower that is going to be extremely low and for the taking, especially now that plates are going to be dropping the next 40 seconds here. So good plays here from Solary. No dragon, nothing really to take. We'll have a Rift Herald coming up here in a couple of minutes. And now it's going to be a teleport from Vizichachi, who just picked up his first item, now has the Trinity Force. Going to be that much more deadly up against Keo, who has done his best to recover, you know, only losing 1 plate, only going to be down, you know, about 30, 25 CS as he grabs some of this wave here. So this is actually not too bad of a position, pending he doesn't get dove, and luckily Joko is here to protect him.
Oh, there's a lot of people here, actually. Oh, Joko's forced to ult a wave. No Herald, of course, to be dropped, but it's a good thing Joko is here. I mean, he's probably looking for the cover or just to make a play here, but realistically, it's Kareem and Enjoy who are also in the vicinity. They know how badly Keo needs to get back into this game here, so they're spending a lot of time making sure Keo, sorry buddy, you're losing more gold and XP because Joko can't afford to stay here for too long. He's got to reset, get those camps on the bottom side of the map, and keep up this gold XP lead he's got going for themselves here, and play for this bot lane, because as much as I don't like Kai'Sa as a pick, right now, Steelback and Asa in a really good position here. Only down 300 gold in what should be a very difficult lane matchup here. And because of how she functions with the rest of the team comp, this is a fine spot to be in.
I think it really is. I think you trade the top tower here for the mid tower 100%. It gives Scarlet the option to start moving first like this. They have no idea where he is unless you have the pinks or unless you scout him out. You have no idea where this action is about to pop out of in order to maybe, you know, create a numbers advantage here for the side of Solary. So Vizichachi will have a little bit more of a free lane. He could still, you know, assist with that cannon barrage if he needs to. But this is at least a decent spot to be in here for ourselves. And now we're about 1:30 away from that second dragon. Will be a mountain. It's another highly contested dragon here potentially on the table in about 1:20.
It's going to be a big deal. Keo, of course, going to ideally hold that wave as long as he can, just to make it harder for Vizichachi, I think, to farm the top side, or really anybody, because that threat of getting run down is such a real thing here. But instead, he's going to rush it. He's close to what's looking like the Blade of the Rune King, which is, as we consider for Irelia's full build.
Build, baby.
Yeah, we're not sure if he's going to go for the Hull Breaker angle just yet. I mean, even post-nerfs, that are coming up soon. It would still be good on champs like Irelia, so I imagine we're going to see that for the split push pressure, but if not, maybe that'll be like the signal that Keo is saying, hey, look, I'm going to be fighting with the team. We're going to be playing for these neutral objectives, these 5v5s with all the dive available. It makes no sense.
That's a lot of damage, and that's a solo. Scarlet will punish Anjoué for coming up into the mid lane. And on top of it, Solary able to come away with the bot lane tower. It is just about 10 seconds before the support is back up here for Geo, but this could give them the first move for the Rift Herald here for sure.
Right, and it's looking like, well, you talked about it, both these teams love the Herald takes, and it's not even about the Dragon. We're still 20 seconds away. Herald, Austin, that's up right now. Solary, Joko, Steelback, the duo we continue to highlight are going to keep the pressure on in terms of vision, in terms of map movements, and should be able to go ahead and finish this one off. And because of the wards and the pressure they have bottom side, you can see some of the pink wards. Who knows where Scarlet is right now in this action? He could be growing rogue at this exact moment.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to be careful. You see those assist pings coming through, probably from Enjoy. Be like, hey, listen, guys, I'm going to clear up this vision, but I'm going to chance her. I need some bodies with me, all right? Let's keep it moving, huh?
Well, that's going to signal the side of GamersOrigin that has gone over, has to flash away from the deadly flourish. So won't have the flash up and available, and that means that it should be now another trade of the neutral objectives on the map. So Dragon stacking will be in the cards, but how about a kill on top of it? Engine Wave, no flash. Woo! Easy pick up there for Azza. Dawnbreaker into the back, but Joko a little too far forward. 1 for 1, Smiley over the wall. Oh, that's the play. It's 2 for Azza, and now the slow chase commences. That is the grand entrance knockup. 3 kills. And will 2 in return as the ultimate comes through and will be blocked up there by the tier 2 tower.
Still, big fight coming through from Solary, even though they lose the Dragon. I was expecting them to use that Herald. They didn't have the position to actually go for a Dragon steal. Just use the Herald, threaten this tier 2 turret, but instead they go for kills. It ends up being a 2 for 2, but you do get some much needed gold on people like Azza. So you can see the replay coming through. This is the moment where I would be expecting, and I think they honestly should have, not really gone for this fight. You use the Herald, push this wave, and take a turret, maybe 2, but instead you think you have the angle. We talked about it. Supports are really squishy, especially the Enchanter ones. So they think they have the angle to fight, but it's so back and forth. Keo ends up falling, making it the double for Vizicachi. So, oh no, it was a 3 for 2 actually in favor of Solary, but I still think the play was risky.
And now just going to start to do a little bit of that farming, get towards some of those 2-item power spikes. 2 already seeing here for Scarlet after all of 5 of those plates and the first tower gold. He is in a position to carry. And luckily for Ronaldo, he gets 2 back in the fight to make it at least a tad bit easier. Scarlet's just trying to utilize that camouflage the best he possibly can. And now Keo's going to actually force out the teleport here from Ronaldo. So he's going to have to catch the top wave. Kareem's going to try to secure some vision. Now we're starting to see the setup here through the side lanes.
We talked about Ronaldo, who, for the most part, has been pretty quiet before that fight around the Dragon. He picked up 2 kills in that, and that itemization is really starting to come through. This Corki being accelerated is a big deal, because we worried about the mid laner of GamersOrigin's early game because of the champion who's on.
They found Vizicachi in the bot lane. That means it's time to go in, and Kareem is locked down, taken out, no flash. And that will be an easy pickup here for Solary.
Man, nice catch out there. And this is what I was talking about. The fact that Azza can join for, what was that, a screen and a half away? It's a really long distance on that killer instinct. And it's so hard. It all happens so very quickly. And now because of that, Ronaldo, realistically, I don't know if you can actually be here. Joko doesn't have the flash, so you're not worried about the flash stun coming through. And I like that they're at least keeping up some of the pressure, because Chachi in the side lane is going to be able to just pick up more gold here. The CS lead is insane. The gold he's picked up for himself is monumental. And because of that, this GP is going to be a problem. But, oh man, look at the position. He might have a problem.
I don't know if they know he's in the bush backing. Vizicachi, I think, gets out of that here. Keo! Oh, that was so close. Flawless duet doesn't get there in time. And Vizicachi, not only does he come away with 2 towers, but he gets out with his life.
That would have been a fast shutdown, too. Good lord. But they didn't get it. He gets to walk away. And with and spend that extra gold already at the 2-item mark. We're seeing the crit come through there with the grievous wounds, which I do like to see, because some of the healing on Solary is a little ridiculous, especially on Scarlet's side. So you still see, even though Solary are making plays, being aggressive, GamersOrigin, through sides mostly, have been finding their ways back into this game. Only down 400 gold. A lot of this gold, you gotta understand, is on Vizicachi. So his impact in these team fights has to be seen. He has to be there. Barrel combos, cannon barrage, whatever the case may be, just the parlays if it has to be. He's got to be throwing out some kind of damage here. Use the fact that he's the only one besides Scarlet at 2 items right now.
Minute 20, third dragon here for Geo. And they've been able to keep things dead even at 21 minutes. So much of that gold, though, on Vizichachi, making the split push power work out here in his favor on the gangplank, and can still affect the map as he needs to with a cannon barrage if anything does break out. But how about this call here? It's a duo start for Joko and Azza. They're going to be on the Baron. Kareem is going to spot them out and say, whoa, what's going on here, guys? It's only at about 7K, so they should be able to back away, but a lot of damage comes down. Dawnbringer forced out here. Joko no longer with access to the ultimate, and Geo will sniff out the play.
That's brutal. Joko, if he was able to walk away, I think that's fine. You go for the Baron play, it doesn't end up working out. Chalk it up. The problem is now, no Stormbreaker means this Dragon fight is going to be a crucial one. That's why they're starting this one again, but this time, Steelback is ready. This time, Keo is ready, but they're going to have to make a decision. It's either do or die, because Soul Point for this Ocean Soul is available for GamersOrigin 20 seconds.
Oh, Steelback looking for the angle into the back line here. Does use the quickness, but Smiley also uses his ultimate. So a little bit of utility down for both sides. Mid lane priority here first for Solary, and they're not going to go back to the Dragon. They're moving in and threatening the Nash here again.
And another blue trinket is going to show that they're attempting this here, but they're going to get caught out again. They're spending so much time on the Baron, and that means that, one, they have to walk away the long way to get back into the mid lane. As you see Azza throwing out some of these, just trying to throw out some poke here. The Nashor's Tooth means that W is going to be able to do a good amount of damage, but here's the problem. You're losing pressure on this Dragon, and GamersOrigin are just going to be able to happily send 2 to pick it up. Solary's only chance now is to go for this Baron and do it for real this time.
All right, the Dragon is secured. Soul Point now for GO. And I don't think they have the damage to really do this. They're probably just going to get off of it, and they will. The Cannon Barrage is used, so they get the cooldown, but Ronaldo has package. And this very well could turn into maybe a mid lane tower here for Geo as well.
Oh, it certainly has to be. You're not in a position to do anything right now. And even though the Prey Seekers do a lot of damage there onto, coming from Azza, rather, what are you supposed to do about the fact that now you spent so much time going for this Baron, so much time allowing GamersOrigin to just go, oh wait, they're just not going to touch the Dragon? All right, we'll take that, no problem. And that's it, Ocean Soul. All this unreal healing, almost unlocked for the side of GamersOrigin, and that's their win con now. You have Ronaldo, who's working towards item number 3, that Ravenous Hydra. This Corki is online, and because of the Luden's Tempest we're seeing here, when he has package, Solary have to beware.
Absolutely do. We'll shred you apart. Now, after what was 3 or 4 starts here for Solary, they're finally going to go back to base and spend the gold they were hanging on to. Runan's picked up here for Joko. Will be a tad bit tankier versus all the crit that's going to come raining down onto him. Good pick up this game for sure. Now mid lane priority has still been good. I feel like the good news here for Solary is the fact that they have their mid lane tower, which gives them the ability to pivot to side if they need to, assisting any of the side lanes, and you have a lot of pressure now being put on from a solo laner from each side here. Vizichachi comes all the way around to see if he can find Keo and potentially look for a kill. On the other hand, you have Scarlet, who has been at least playing this kind of sneaky role on the action as Solary. They're going to go for it again. This is the 6th start, I feel like, and they're going to see if they can try to get something done.
Austin, this is literally like when we cast COD and they're doing this. They're going to A site over and over again. Listen, guys, we need to see something different.
Well, here's the different play. They're going to look for the re-engage, and they find Ronaldo. Scarlet takes down the kill, so mid laner is out. And that will be a big shutdown over to Scarlet, but will they go again? We'll have to see.
They're losing so much on the bottom wave there. You see a wave is being lost to the turret. Another one is on its way. Now with this 1 versus 5, there's no Corki, no threat of package. You have to make the play. There are so many key ultimates not available on GamersOrigin side. Solary, it's either turn or burn.
All right, Cannon Barrage is out. A little bit split in the pit. Kareem looking for the health on the Baron. Still 6K, fairly healthy. Keo and Joko can tank this up and can continue to heal. But who's going to make the first move? A lot of poke coming through here for Azza. Void Seekers being sent out left and right. There's the engage. They'll find Kareem. Jungler now down. Now they can certainly look to burst it, but Keo also drops. Smiley takes the kill. Will he be able to hold? Oh, what a steal! Smiley with the the fourth shot takes the Baron, and Joko goes rogue after the play and is punished correctly. What a steal from Smiley!
GamersOrigin take and take and take. They won't let Solary have anything to their name, and you can see it. 3 dragons, 1 Baron, stolen by GamersOrigin's AD carry. And I gotta know what happened to the smite here from Joko. I like this play. You immediately flash because Kareem is too close there, and they blow him up. And I want to see if he tries to smite him or something along those lines, or maybe 4th shot just does so much damage already. Still has it. He still has it. So it's a nice play to take down Kareem, but because of the 4th shot, Smiley ends up walking up and is able to just go ahead and do it. We didn't even see Joko's smite come through.
Wow, and then Joko just goes in and he's like, all right, let's get something back, and then you're just gone, deleted, sent away. What a steal.
Wow.
That 4th shot, man, it could surprise you at times, and it certainly surprises Solary in that moment where they had went for 7, 8 different Baron attempts, and then they end up losing it as the jungler goes down. An absolute nightmare. And now, 4,000 gold in favor of GO. A win they need is looking more and more likely as they are in the driver's seat.
Absolutely, that's exactly the metaphor I was actually about to go for, too. And GamersOrigin, they're in control of this game. With this dragon coming up soon, they have this top wave that's pushed in on their side. They don't even care. They have Baron. They only need to worry about 2 lanes right now, mid and bottom, because their soul is coming up. Ronaldo may not have package, but with all the strength they have, they can just run Solary down.
Steelback should be able to dash away, and a little bit of damage comes back there for Scarlet, but Steelback's taken down to about 30% HP. Here's the curtain call as it comes out. A little bit of damage will be blocked up here from Joko at the front of it all, and the play will not work out here for Geo, but they are able to chunk out some of the members here on Solary.
Yeah, we're seeing some of the range come through on Solary's side, things like the comeuppance, those Void Seekers from Aza. But ultimately, it's not, you don't have much to show for it here, because you still have very crucial abilities available on GamersOrigin's side, and unless Joko gets a pick right now with the stun, I don't think they can do this.
Oh, the pillar, the choke, everything working up for Geo. They can poke away as they try to run in, and sooner or later, you might just have to set up the engage. Good damage back from Aza. 5k HP, Joko lost the last fight, but he will maybe be able to win this one. Kareem in a lot of trouble. They'll be able to find Steelback. Support is out. TP in the back from Keo, but the dragon is secured. GamersOrigin, they'll find the Ocean Soul, and now they might be able to take down a couple more kills. Is there an outplay here from Keo and Scarlet? Reset coming through, 2 versus 3. Ronaldo makes it 2 versus 4, but a lot of damage comes down.
Oh,
they'll find the first one. Smiley is out of the picture. Oh, a 2 versus 4 for the solo laners, trying to save the game, get 2 back.
And we saw it, the passive for going rogue revives teammates if you take down their assailant, and as long as Joko can get away, there's something to show for it. Unfortunately, Joko, he's not going to get away. And I think the big thing to highlight in that play is the stopwatch there from Kareem. GA, you don't see it too often on the Trundle, but 3 times in a row during these crucial fights, Solary say, all right, we're full sending on Kareem. No smite means no problem for us in terms of securing things. And now that means once he's able to stopwatch, you see the whole load is blown here for the side of Solary. You see Aza, who's half health because of the poke that came through previously. He comes in there with the killer instinct, but you can see it, the damage isn't enough. You got Vizicachi and Ronaldo just ripping them to shreds.
The objective control of this game just completely lights out for GamersOrigin, but this is where the turnaround happens. You don't know where Scarlet's going to fly out of, and Keo lands a massive Vanguard's Edge.
He sure does, and even though you do manage to get 2 kills here, you get the revive on Steelback, you lose Joko right after it, and this is still a very net negative scenario for Solary, just because on top of all this, the Ocean Soul is gone. Now GamersOrigin have so much healing. Yes, sure, you have a lot of burst damage on the side of Solary, but you're behind in gold as well, so these fights will be extended one way or another, and that doesn't favor you with or without the Ocean Soul in this game now. So Solary, the 5v5s, no longer an option here. You have to make a side lane play. You have to overcommit to one part of the map. See if you can maybe pick up Vizicachi's shutdown, get him out of this game, because the dude has just been unreal.
Well, this could be a pick on Vizicachi.
Yep, there it is.
They will find the kill. So, big shutdown collected. Scarlet getting all of these shutdowns. But will it be in trade of the mid tower? Very low. One more auto gets the job done. GamersOrigin able to at least trade something back And now to try to walk away. Ronaldo, I don't think that was the play. He goes into the stopwatch as into the back line. Big knock up here from Steelback. This is the fight Solary need. They'll find two. One back for Smiley. But what a window, and they will collapse with the kills. Will there be more? Keo looking for another angle back in. More poke coming out, but for now, everyone backs down.
And that's the fight. You have the 5 versus 4. You have the gap close coming through here, and at this point, Ronaldo has to flash as Kareem is eating those Void Seekers because with, again, some of the AP in the build means a lot of damage is coming through. And look at these spawn timers. Look how far Solar are able to push out this mid wave. You have Scarlet pushing out bottom as well, so this gives Solary that opportunity to kind of slow this game down a little bit, fix their side waves, and actually get a chance to play for the Baron that's coming up in 10 seconds now. You have 10 seconds on Smiley and Enjaway. They have to walk the old-fashioned way. No TPs available to them here, and with Solary back on the map and the vision in their favor, they could go for it. They could try to make a play in the mid lane as well because they still have a lot of forward-facing vision.
My goodness, what a game of League of Legends we have in our hands here. Both teams needing the win. More specifically, GamersOrigin, 6-8. Have to see if they can pull off another big team fight as they're going to use the blue wards here. Check the Baron right away. There's been so many starts, but this time, Solary not going to opt in for starting it first. Now GamersOrigin trying to take priority over the mid-wave. Remember, it is an open inhibitor, so any move that Solary make over to the sides could potentially leave their inhibitor exposed, and now they might have the fast track to it. They might just look to break right in.
Yeah, the angle is good. They can still walk through mid. Remember, the last fight Solary won was a 5 versus 4. So in this scenario, they need to try and isolate someone.
Steal back. There's the engage, but they're going to be able to move in. Asa's all alone. Has to get over the wall, and he does so successfully. Kareem KT looking for damage right back. That's the ultimate. One more ulti blocked up there from Keo, but over the wall is Vishachachi, who finishes off the kill and takes down his counterpart. Scarlet dealing damage, but it's not enough damage. The Ocean Soul really paying off for Geo as they're now in the base and they're looking for the game.
This should be it unless Aza and Joko are able to have a mammoth performance. It is done and dusted. GamersOrigin are the ones who overcame this deficit that they were in, and they are starting to climb their way back in the standings.
Too much damage, too many members. GamersOrigin, they have been able to secure the win. They'll keep their playoff run alive as they'll take down Solary and the winning streak.